What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode, live discussion breakdown of Gotham Season 4, Episode 5, The Blade's Path. So I just wanted to talk to you guys today about that episode, see what you thought. Yeah, I thought the stream was going to be yesterday, so I'm surprised I made it on time. It was meant to be, but honestly, recently it's just been a disaster with my shoulder. So yeah, I don't even know if I'm gonna edit this back on playback, so I might just leave it like this if that makes sense. So I think it's just gonna be a true live stream today. Jotik, I notice you, my friend. I notice you. Don't you worry about that. I noticed you. So, what did you guys think about episode 5, The Blade's Path? I know there's quite a few ideas going around about it. Some people love it. Some people didn't love some of the things that happened in the episode. There's quite a few things to talk about in terms of, you know, you've got Riddler, and then you've got Grundy, and then you've got what happened with Bruce and Ra's al Ghul, and then technically Barbara at the same time. We've got Lee coming back, which she'll mainly be in next episode. Yeah, etc., etc. So yeah, I don't think this one's gonna be edited back, so it's just gonna be more of a pretty much interacted one. It's fine, Boba. Your health and well-being is more important. Yeah, this is what I mean. I think I'm going to do the trailer breakdown tomorrow, but this one today is just going to be like a little bit of a Boba chills slash, yeah, like episode breakdown. I loved it. I don't think Ra's is dead. So let's jump into that. So, I know when Juice from the box talked about what he thought about Bruce killing Ra's al Ghul, he got quite a bit of lashback, and I have to say I agree with him. This is I agree, and I also get what they did in the show. It's difficult. So basically, Ra's al Ghul manipulated Bruce into killing him. It was just like, you know, you may live a good life, you may have a wife, you may have children, but until that day, I'm gonna come back and then basically take it away from you and kill everyone you love. So if you don't kill me now, I'm just gonna come back and kill all the people you love when you're most happy. So he basically, you know, really baited him to kill him there. But it's what he wanted. And I don't think, obviously, he wanted to necessarily be released. I mean, maybe yes, but I don't think he's dead. Just like what, I can't remember who just said, I don't think Ra's is dead. But I definitely think Ra's isn't dead, if that makes sense. Like, Alexander Siddig isn't done. Well, this is the interesting thing. I don't think Ra's al Ghul is dead. I don't know if what he did to Barbara. I think she might have powers from now on. Who knows? But at the same time, yes, Ra's al Ghul might have like delivered his life force into Barbara. That sounded very wrong. But yeah, I don't think Alexander Siddig would be done so soon either. I don't want to say he is, but I don't know if he is or not. I think he's going to be in the second half of the season, so I don't think he will be done. So yeah, maybe Barbara might have a bit of Ra's al Ghul, you know, life force going on. But I don't think Alexander Siddig is going to be completely done either. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that, though. Yeah, Professor Pig is in the next episode. I'll do a breakdown on that tomorrow. I'm not really in any urgent rush at the minute because this channel is kind of on stasis. Chris says, Boba, can Barbara not bring his body to the pit, like whatever he did when he got us some meaning? You could argue that, but the pit normally, well, I was about to say the pit normally has some guidelines, right? But I think that body is a bit too mummified, if that's the right word, to be resurrected in the pit. But yeah, Jalen, or as Juice puts it, Ra's put himself in more ways than one, if you know what I mean. Yes, exactly. Jesus, a lot of innuendo going on right now. This episode, Professor Pig should be rated TVMA. Obviously, Ra's should come back. No, yeah, obviously Ra's is coming back. I definitely think the curse thingy, he wanted that he wanted Bruce to break the whole thingy. But I also think through Bruce using the blade, that now makes him the heir of Ra's al Ghul, like officially. I think Ra's al Ghul tricked him in that sense. So I think that's what's going on there. But I can't imagine that Ra's al Ghul is just going to be acted out by Barbara from now on. I think maybe a little bit, but I don't think it's going to be definitively that for the rest of the season, because from what I remember of what they said at previous conventions before season 4 even aired, like the whole Ra's al Ghul thing's going to go on for quite a while. So this isn't the end of Alexander Siddig. I mean, it can't be, but I don't want to guarantee that. Lily, hello, welcome to the stream. What did you think about Grundy? Yes, so you said you like him, graph. So right here, yeah, so Grundy and Riddler. So Grundy, born on a Monday. Yes, he got the swamp. He got the actual swamp birth. They did that on the show. I knew that was going to happen anyway because quite a while ago they were filming. I remember when they were filming this episode, like by the swamp. So as for the image, so most people were worried about, with myself included, that Grundy will look a bit silly because yeah, I've said this before as well. How Grundy really is kind of should be prosthetic, if not CGI, because he is very much so Hulk-like. If you whether you look in the comics or if you play the Arkham games, where he's actually basically the Hulk. What we were all worried about is how an actor was going to play him on a TV show. Not necessarily the acting, but how he would look. He would basically be painted, and maybe that would look a bit cringy. And I have to say that I neither love it nor hate it. I knew it would look kind of not amazing because at the end of the day, they can't really do too much to Drew Powell. I love Drew Powell. I loved him as Butch, so I definitely am happy for him being Grundy. But it's not completely rubbish at all. I know that sounds harsh, but I don't think it's amazing. I don't think it's great even, but it's not bad. It's not even bad. I would say it's okay. But yeah, I think as for the acting, that's fine because Grundy is a bit dumb and a bit like, oh, Grundy, Grundy's friend and blah, blah, blah. Like, if anybody criticizes Drew Powell's acting for Grundy, then I completely disagree because that is what Grundy is like. It looks like Sophia attempted to get closer to Oswald via the scene with Oswald's injury. People don't like it because it might get romantic, but I feel like it's more of a muddly type thing. I completely agree. I've got that written down right here. Sophia Falcone and Penguin. This is the only issue I have with that, and I agree with what you said. I think it's completely a mother thing. Hold on, I'm just going to check my audio because my mic is so dodgy at the moment. What you said, I think it's completely... Yeah, okay. So I think it's completely a mother-esque kind of thing, but the only thing that's annoying me a tad is how easily the Penguin is getting manipulated. So, yes, at the same time, the show has really pointed out quite a few times from the Penguin's side, so maybe this is their defense, that he has been literally keeping a very close eye on her whenever Sophia's come saying, oh, Penguin, I just want to help you, or Penguin, I'm not here to take over the city. He has been very paranoid. And now he's letting his guard down, when she was massaging his foot in the Iceberg Lounge. And don't get me wrong, I get it, because he has been very second-guessing every single thing that she's been doing, and now he's only just letting his guard down. But at the same time, I feel like the manipulation is too easy. This is too easy. Like, I don't want Penguin to just be like, oh, okay, I'm slowly, guard goes up, and then it goes down, and then guard goes up again, and then it goes down even more. Every time it goes up, it goes down even more to the point where he will trust Sophia, and then he's just going to get backstabbed. So I don't know. That's the only issue I have. I feel like he's actually letting Sophia in a bit too easy, and it's very obvious. It's very obvious what she's doing. Will Ra's al Ghul come back? Yes, I'm very convinced he will. Very, very, very convinced. Rip Gotham after season 4. Yeah, I'm a bit worried too about season 4. I have to admit. I think season 4 will be it, maybe, for Gotham. I definitely think it has the ability to go beyond season 4, but yeah. It is interesting, especially with what the producers are saying and what they've done in the past. I feel like maybe the show's never had a complete, concrete, straight trajectory into space, if that makes sense. They've had quite a few different collisions along the way. I think Ed is going to get Grundy on the Penguin. So yeah, that made me laugh as well. Ed's interaction with Grundy. Ed's not really smart at the minute, so to speak. We get that. But yeah, he's definitely going to use Grundy as, like, muscle. So I think they're playing around with Penguin's only weakness. Yeah, so... Yeah, no, that's the thing as well. I felt kind of sorry for Oswald, because at the core of him, if he didn't have, if the cards weren't played as much as they were displayed for him throughout his life, he wouldn't be this kind of person. But when you pick the rough surface out the way, Oswald is just like a lonely person who just wants to be loved. But, and then every time he gets betrayed, it just turns him into much more of the monster he will be one day when Batman is, under the hood, but under the cowl. But no, yeah, the big thing about Bruce killing Ra's al Ghul, my takes on that. I don't think they should have done it. I get kind of why he did, and you could argue that this could be a learning curve for him, but I don't know. I'm really conflicted on it. I don't think they should have done it. No, definitely not. Especially after the vow. And the Alfred thing doesn't necessarily count because I feel like he was compelled to kill Alfred last season. But as for Ra's al Ghul, I can't. Because this one kind of did count, obviously, because he was completely of his own free will. And think how many times he's going to get tempted in the future by the Joker or something like that to literally almost kill him, but he holds off. But this time, Ra's al Ghul tempted him, just like the Joker does one day, to kill him, and he killed him. And he killed Ra's al Ghul. And I feel like, yes, one side you could say that's an argument of, he's a kid, he's not as, well experienced or as equipped as he is as Batman when other villains tempt Bruce to kill, or Batman to kill them. And now he's a kid, he doesn't have as much experience, so he did kill him. But I don't know. I'm a bit stuck on that one. When will Drone return? It's anyone's guess, really. I reckon it could be the mid-season finale-ish, around then. But who knows? Who knows? It could be later. They could do it. They could completely play it. They might even make it the last few. No, actually, I think it will be the mid-season, especially with how he's going to team up with, work closely with the Penguin. Hello, Splits. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, Graf says exactly. A boy isn't a man. So yeah, that's what I mean about Bruce killing Ra's al Ghul. I don't think they should have done it. I definitely think that Bruce should have just not killed anyone up into his Batman days, and it would have just gone that way. But you could say this is kind of a mega learning curve, and he is only a kid at the end of the day, and he just slit Alex Winthrop's throat, and he was baited. And this might, you could argue, blah blah blah, help him out in the future to not kill bloody Joker when he's like, come on Brucey, kill me. But who knows? I'm really conflicted. Hello Game Crasher, welcome to the stream. They should bring back Clayface. Yeah, definitely. I mean, we might even see him at some point in the first half of this season with all the villain themes they're going with. What did you think about Lee returning to Gotham so soon? I knew that was going to happen because this is the thing about cast. It kind of makes me laugh. A lot of the time, some of the cast put pictures up on Instagram when they're filming Gotham with a star or a guest star Lee Tompkins, Marina Baccarin, and then you find out the picture got removed, or the account has been privated, or the account has been shut down. It's just oops, they got in trouble for that. But yeah, we got the picture of Marina Baccarin. I did a video back on it way before Gotham aired, of Lee in the Fight Club, so I knew that was going to happen. I got a feeling Lee might be able to help Riddler in terms of getting his smarts back and his intellect back. I don't necessarily. I don't know if I could be bothered for the whole Dark Lee run and the whole, I don't know. I get why she's kind of gone a bit dark, but she's completely changed. Remember Lee Tompkins in the medical, the coroners, blah blah blah, in the GCPD, and now she's just bloody drinking. I don't know, whatever that was, some kind of whiskey or something, and then just, I don't know. I just feel like they're doing some things wrong like this. Call me Rachel, thank you for joining stream. I hope you're doing well. I'm slowly but surely getting there with my shoulder, but, takes a little while for it to heal. But I will be back to videos sooner or later. But I kept saying recently, videos might go back to normal next week, and I'm just no, still dead. Are you sick of Jim's constant love interests and relationship drama? I don't think they've advertised it so much this season so far. I mean, obviously, Crystal Reed, Sophia Falcone is that. But I don't feel like they're pushing in our faces, unless you mean how Lee is kind of a byproduct of Jim now. So yeah, a little bit, yeah. At the end of the day as well, Jim is kind of the face of this show. It was originally kind of about Jim Gordon being the cop, or the rise to commissionership. So yeah. I like that they're going back to Lee's roots with her occupation. Okay, I've wanted Lee to focus on healing people and whatnot because writers don't put much of an emphasis on their job. So no, yeah, despite what I said about Lee earlier, a few minutes ago, I think yes, it's good that they're going to do that, but I don't know how long they're going to keep that up for, because I know she's going to get tangled up with Rudley. Why do I keep mucking up the words? I literally just did it again. Well, I don't know. Riddler and Grundy. I don't know how she's going to be properly involved with those two characters, but I don't. That's why I don't think she might be at the Fight Club for much longer than however long this story arc lasts. I don't know if she's gonna have a place after the Fight Club in Gotham. How many episodes that arc is gonna last for. We're just gonna have to wait and see. I don't really like the haircut either, but that's just me. That's just me. Not meaning to offend anyone who has a haircut like that, but I miss the old Dr. Lee Tompkins look. She's gone so downhill. Grundwood, Indy, Grundma. Kill Lee off. Well, I don't know. I'll give her one more chance yet. But no, yeah. No, but the good thing about the Fight Club, I will say for Lee's character, is that, you know, she did kind of patch Bruce up when she was Batman, and now unbeknownst to her that he was Bruce Wayne. So that kind of, this is a little tease for her patching up people who are in the Fight Club, I guess. You know, that she's gonna, you know, in this universe still patch up Bruce Wayne when he's coming back from being wounded as Batman on the streets, and he can't really, you know, do this kind of stuff himself. He will need like a doctor on the down low to do it. But I like how Alfred encouraged Bruce to not actually give up the cowl. I remember when that was happening, I thought to myself, I wonder if something bad's going to happen and he's going to regret encouraging him to not give up the vigilantism. Imagine if Bruce died and he was just like, if only I didn't encourage him to continue doing it, because Bruce was willing to give it up. Well, it wouldn't probably have lasted anyway, but Alfred was like, no, what you're doing is, I believe you can make a difference. I believe this, blah, 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 blah. So that was kind of cool. It's not normally naturally Alfred in the terms of Alfred's normally very against Batman things, and he just goes along with it because Bruce is so adamant. But yeah. Let's read a couple of comments. Well, that's okay, Harv. I'll see you later, buddy. Thanks for joining this stream. I can't believe Barnes wasn't Bane. Well, I can. I remember when people were saying Barnes Bane, and I just thought that was preposterous. I never thought for a single second Barnes was going to be Bane. I think it would have been silly. Yeah, I mean, I guess I could maybe see it, you know, but I don't know. I rather... You know, it's just Barnes coming from being a police captain. I just definitely don't think that's right. Yeah, finally made a stream for once. Solomon Grundy was born on Monday. Indeed, he was. Just wondering, do you think we'll ever see Bane in Gotham? It's possible, but with everything, if this is Gotham's last season and stuff like that, I don't know if they'll have time to ever get to the things that people want them to, especially with them already having written this season. I can't imagine them introducing a Bane arc for a few episodes, and I don't think they would introduce him for one episode. And I'm not, you know, talking about the Viper they introduced in season 1. That was cool, but it wasn't, you know, it wasn't a proper Bane episode, so. Are they ever going to go back to the Batcave? That would be really cool. I hope so. If this is Gotham's last season, I really want them to do the Bat thing, you know. But saying that, following the Bat incident, then maybe he might start putting the Bat logo on his chest straight away, but I don't know. Maybe he'll figure that out later along. But I don't know how they're going to do the Batman thing for him, the actual moment where he's like, oh my god, I should wear the Bat symbol. Professor Pig in the next episode, can't wait. Yeah, Professor Pig's going to be a good story, for sure. Jalen, I'll be 100% honest. There's no use for Barbara this season. I mean, I get that Raish and Barbara had that exchange in this episode. But she's just kind of there for me. No, I agree. Well, Barbara's a blank slate for them. They've always said that. So their argument is we could do what we want with her. So it's kind of unexpected where Barbara's going to go this season beyond the whole exchange thing, as you said. So yeah, she's just kind of there for everyone, I feel. Nobody knows what's going to happen with Barbara this season, but maybe that's a cool thing. Don't get me wrong as well. I'm not the biggest Barbara advocate because of what they've done with her character, but at least with Barbara, there is a lot of unpredictability. That's not even a word, really. Yes, it is. With her character, and that's kind of a cool thing because I feel like kind of half the things we are looking at the minute on Gotham are quite predictable. So yeah. I don't think I've written any more notes. There wasn't actually that much that went down in this episode. So, we got the Barbara powers. We've talked about that. Or, well, the Barbara exchange. Lee's back. Dark. Alfred encourages Bruce. I wrote that down. Grundy and Riddler. Sphere Falcone. There's really, literally not that much else that happened. So, I'm going to answer just questions now and chill for a bit. Until you guys are sick of me. Let's talk about Flash. I would, but this is a strict Gotham episode 4x5. Well, 4x5. I'm reading it for episode 5 breakdown-ish. Where is Victor? More like where is Selena Kyle and that? Victor's just, he's been in quite a few episodes already, so that's pretty cool. So there hasn't been any Lucius or Selena or Tabitha scenes the past couple of episodes. It's kind of disappointing. Yeah, my only response to that is I'm disappointed as well. But I don't get disappointed to the point where it really bothers me because I know with the amount of story you have to jiggle some things around, and there's they're including all of this in the past couple of episodes so they can do more Selena things throughout other ones. Otherwise, they wouldn't have been able to do as much in these 2 episodes. So I get it, but yeah. Ziofi, where is Scarecrow gone? He was here for like 2 episodes and then poof, gone. So I never thought Scarecrow was gonna be like a episode thing, but I said he was good. I was hoping it'd be more like a Mad Hatter thing. So how Mad Hatter was popped up throughout the season, didn't he? And now Scarecrow was when Scarecrow like scattered in the wind. I was very happy because that means we might see him again, which is brilliant. Because I thought it might have just been an episode or 2 for Scarecrow like we had at the beginning, and he might go to Arkham again or whatever afterwards. But no, the fact that he's escaped from Jim means we will be seeing him again this season. Well, we bloody better be. They could just not show him, but that would be a big shame. I think it would be insanely cool if Bruce Wayne got, fear gassed up or whatever, and that's how he experienced bats. But technically, why would he be scared of bats? So why would the fear toxin show him that? So that's a flaw in my own idea. But Scarecrow's out there somewhere. God knows where he is. But yeah, he will be back hopefully. What do you think about Drew Powell acting as Solomon Grundy? Do you think they could do more to him? I spoke about this earlier, but I'll briefly go over it again. As for his acting, absolutely fine. Grundy's meant to be kind of a bit of a dumb, stupid-looking kind of person. But yes, as for appearance-wise, of course they could have done more for him, but I get it. They could have only done so much on a TV show. Otherwise, it'd be so much money every single time to even do that every episode Drew Powell is in. And it probably takes long enough time as well to even, put all that white makeup on him. So I think it's one of those things we have to accept. I think we should just all be thankful that he's not as horrible looking as he could be, So yeah, that's what I think. Since that Scarecrow went to Arkham and those inmates escaped, then does that mean Jerome escaped? No, because I think they really would have referenced Mr. Valeska escaping. Do you think that they rushed Poison Ivy in Gotham? No, to be honest, I don't think they have rushed Poison Ivy. I think they made a mistake in making her extremely young. Technically, I know she was that actor might have been the same age as Selena Kyle on the show, but either way, I kind of think the pace they've gone with Poison Ivy has been good. And if anything, I've seen a lot of complaints as to why isn't Poison Ivy being shown more, why isn't her story developing. So with the fact that she's taken a massive overdose of these potions, if you will, is actually a good thing because I'm really looking forward to her getting actual Poison Ivy quote-unquote metahuman powers. So I'm very happy with that. I just can't wait for her to come back and see. I know she's not going to be green this season, and if the season is her last, the show's last, then we won't ever see that. But at least we'll get some metahuman powers. So maybe she'll be actually able to utilize the ability to move plants with her mind or whatever. That'd be really cool. Are you going to break down the promo for the next episode? It's one of my favorite promos Gotham has done this season. Yes, I'm going to do it tomorrow, so it'll be out tomorrow. I'm just not in a rush to break it down today, that's all. Fish definitely isn't coming back to Gotham. Like, she's 100%, billion% done with Gotham, so... you think Ra's al Ghul is dead? No, Ra's al Ghul is not dead. He will be back. Well, it's kind of complicated, but I don't think he's going to be acted out by Barbara for too long, if at all. And I hope that Alexander Siddig is coming back. Oink, oink. Why do you think Ra's or Ra's didn't just tell Bruce to stab him at the start of their encounters? Well, that's a good point. And it's more like, well, technically they didn't have the blade back then. But I just want to know, why did the blade get out of Ra's al Ghul's, collection or whatever, his ownership? Why was it just randomly at that auction? Why? I don't know. Maybe this is all one big thing that they just didn't know what they were doing. Juice thinks Gotham should be cancelled. Do you? I mean, I watched Juice's video. I don't think he explicitly wants the show like cancelled. He was just saying, like, with what they're doing, what is going on. I don't know. I don't necessarily think it should be cancelled. I think they just need to get their shit together with a few things. I definitely think they're finding themselves, kind of. But then every time I say that, I almost contradict myself, to be honest, because of what, they did about Jerome recently. And then, what they did, they're just doing a lot of things that they seem to be on a roll, and then they take it back. So I don't necessarily think it should be cancelled, but they're on a very fine line. I wouldn't be surprised if it did get cancelled this season. That's what I'm going to say. So it's not a matter of me thinking or wanting they should be cancelled, wanting that they, the fact that they should be cancelled. I think that it wouldn't surprise me if they did get cancelled just because of the way the show's going in a minute. But I still think they've also done a lot of good this season. I don't want Gotham to be cancelled either, but they can never make up their mind about things, and some of the changes they've made are very questionable. I completely agree. What did Ra's or Ra's actually do to Barbara? Well, that's the question. I can't definitively answer that, but I think I initially thought that he gave her some kind of ability, so that would be a cool arc for her character. But I think at the same time, Ra's al Ghul just transferred, or sort of put, like, you could argue, like, a spell in place for when Bruce killed him, he would sort of awake or in Barbara's body, or just exactly kind of a transfer of spirit, if you will. So there's a possibility that Barbara might be all Ra's al Ghul like for quite a few episodes. But at the same time, I want Alexander Siddig back. I do not want Barbara Keene to be Ra's al Ghul. I mean, no. And if that's the case, and that drags on in this season, then that's going to be another mistake, I think. I'm gonna end the stream in a few minutes, guys, so if you got any more questions, let me know. But I like to keep these episode breakdowns not so long. I think Ra's could have given us some kind of advanced abilities. It's possible, but at the same time, with Ra's turning into a little mummified corpse, I think that he probably just transferred his conscience to her. Professor Pig is next week. Hell yeah. I need to do that breakdown tomorrow. Pug. Professor Pug. I actually haven't seen the promo yet. I kind of sort of saving it till I break it down. By the Boba of Talks. Do you think that Penguin will kill Sophia Falcone by the end of the season? He usually has a way. I can see Crystal Reed dying. I really could see her dying, but I don't know, because with Falcone already dying, then that means there's really not many Falcones around if he ends up dying too. So I don't know. I really don't know. I could see her dying, but she might just scatter into the background. Who knows? Were you disappointed with Bruce killing? Sorry if you've talked about this already. I did mention it earlier. I don't know where I am with it. I don't think he should have done it. If it was up to me, I would have said don't make him kill Ra's al Ghul because it just complicates things. I don't know where I land on it, but I would have said no. So yes, I guess you could say I'm a little bit disappointed. Daniel, well, thank you very much for the super chat, buddy. What do you think about Barbara? I'm I think it's gonna be pretty interesting. That is the answer to that question. Um, it would be cool. As I said earlier, I think it was interesting because I thought Barbara might have some abilities. Because she was just like, "What the hell are you doing to me?" So she obviously wasn't Ra's al Ghul then. But when Ra's al Ghul got stabbed by the blade, I think that is when this spell might have activated, and Barbara might wake up next episode as Ra's al Ghul, or maybe Ra's al Ghul might try and act a bit like Barbara. Who knows? Who knows? And maybe, I mean, it makes more sense that she might become Ra's al Ghul as well, because she was just like, but you said you would give me a gift beyond my, imagination or something like that. And maybe that gift is that she'll be the host body of Ra's al Ghul. Who knows? No, Ray. I don't think Ra's is dead at all. No. Do you think Sophia Falcone will take the throne? It's possible. I think it's definitely heading that way. But I can't imagine if Penguin gets knocked back down again, only to try and come back up. Then it's a bit of repetitive story going on there. Yeah, this is the thing. I'm sick of people trying to take the throne of Penguin. It's his city. He needs to stop yeah, like the storyline needs to stop repeating itself. I agree. But I think that is mainly it, guys. I'm going to end the stream now. Thank you for all you guys joining. I really appreciate the patience with... I can't really make as much videos at the minute because my shoulder is absolutely broken. But yeah, it was great talking about this episode. This is what these streams are about. We just absolutely sit here for like around half an hour and we just talk about whatever we want to talk about of what happened in the episode and break it down. But thank you guys for joining me. I'll be coming out with the promo breakdown tomorrow. I hope you guys enjoyed that. We've still got to like next Thursday for the episode, so plenty of time to come out of that promo breakdown. I will do a Q&A about Flash pretty soon. I normally do those quite regularly, but recently I've just been, a bit out of whack because of my shoulder. But yeah, thank you very much. I hope my shoulder gets better soon as well. It absolutely sucks. But yeah, I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your weekend. And I will be doing, I think I've covered everything. So I'll see you later, guys. Thank you so much for joining the stream. Goodbye.